Are you struggling to conceive? You have options, and at Piedmont Reproductive Endocrinology Group, we'll make sure you have the guidance and support you need. PREG is known for individualized fertility care that's unique to every patient. We take the time to provide a reassuring and empowering experience because we believe that you deserve nothing less. Let us help you on your journey to parenthood. Visit us at pregonline.com to learn more. Get the guidance and support you need at Piedmont Reproductive Endocrinology Group.
New on Curiosity Stream.
I'm James Burke. I'm going to take you on a journey through time.
James Burke's visionary series returns, reimagined for our time.
Now, this is all uncharted territory.
The Washington Post hails Burke as one of the most intriguing minds in the Western world. The New York Times raves he careens from one great moment in history to another.
Where do we want to go from here?
Experience all new connections.
So what's the next connection?
With monthly, annual, and bundled plans, find the one that works for you at curiositystream.com.
The pop culture field, and you will.
Ding dong, ding dong. That's all I got, man.
That's it?
That's all I got.
That's
Welcome
your
to
Christmas
the Christmas
spirit.
episode.
Welcome, everybody.
Welcome. It is Christmas. It is that time of year. Spend some time with your loved ones and your not so loved ones that are at the same family gathering as you. That you're just like, man, I can't stand this person.
Yeah.
But they're around because it is the holidays. And
It's like Thanksgiving, but worse.
It's like, yeah, because it lasts an entire month, not just one day.
That's right.
But, dude, I'm a big Christmas. Actually, no, I'm a big Halloween fan.
Okay.
But Christmas is tolerable to me. It's never been a big thing for me. Every Christmas I've had, it's just been like, yeah, whatever.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not a big Christmas fan.
I've gotten more into Christmas just because I've grown in my faith. I'm like, oh, it's literally the celebration of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Nobody says Christmas anymore. I'm in. I'm gonna hardline. I'm a hardline Christmas guy now.
Nice,
I'm saying Christmas, Merry Christmas all the time.
Merry Christmas.
I'm not letting this war on Christmas must end. Well, I just really jumped in there. No, I've actually, before when you're a kid, obviously it's the presents and stuff.
Presents, man.
But now I really feel like I like participating. Like I'm the cool uncle to my nephews and nieces. So I like taking care of them for the Christmas time, and yeah, I used to not decorate. This is my little tree. This is a step up for me, folks. Okay, don't judge me. This is actually really impressive for what I used to do, which was literally nothing.
Literally nothing, yeah. I actually decorated my place too.
You did?
And usually I don't, because
oh yeah, your place.
I mean, even in the barracks, some dudes would go full out and get many trees and put it. I didn't do shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you have any fun Christmas stories from your time in the military? I got one in particular.
I never was deployed during Christmas.
Oh, let me get my. Sorry, keep going.
I was never deployed during Christmas. But every time, I did Christmas Exodus. Even every year I was in the military, so I was home for every Christmas. I wasn't some bah humbug dude that spent Christmas deployed, because we'd get home before Thanksgiving most of the time.
Oh wow,
So, yeah.
That's a pretty big chunk.
Yeah, no, so I mean, regiment does 4-month deployments, so we'd leave in I'd leave in November sometimes. Sometimes, I mean, at least for me, no, I didn't have to deploy during Christmas. One year they were deployed during Christmas, and they did a overseas Christmas things, and I got buddies that have done overseas, but I've never had to do the luxury of being deployed for Christmas. So I got to go home every year. So that's
cool, man. I was deployed to Iraq in 2008, so I was there for Christmas time. And I brought this cup out for those on the YouTube channel. This cup right here, this is straight from Iraq, from the BX in Iraq, actually. So we were in Mosul, Mason, Mosul. And there was one dude, and I'll forget his name, red-haired dude. If you're watching or listening, man, thank you for your Christmas spirit. But he was totally a homemaker guy. He was all about traditions and family and doing stuff and making a big deal out of the holidays. So when Christmas came, he's like, everybody's got to get presents. We got to decorate. We got to do a tree. And everyone's like, in Iraq on deployment, it's just another day, But he went down to the BX and he bought everybody on our base a present. It didn't matter what it was. This is just a cup you could get from being there. But he wrapped them. And everybody got a present, man.
That's awesome.
And he decorated, and then I remember he cooked. He was a really good cook. And so, cheers to the lady that got that guy. Really cool. I'll always remember that was my Christmas day. So now, and I still have this mug to this day. So it's like a nice little reminder of Christmas spirit.
That's cool, dude. That's awesome. Well, tell me about what we're going to do in today's episode. We know it's about Christmas.
Yes.
But what about Christmas?
Well, it's Christmas time here in the Pop Culture Field Manual podcast. As we celebrate the Christmas season and discuss all things Christmas, action, the military, and pop culture, we want to express our gratitude to all of you for listening and supporting the show this past year, and to wish you a very Merry Christmas. And also, I wanted to see how many times I could get the word Christmas into my intro, which I wrote myself. This Christmas intro, podcast Christmas.
Intro podcast
Christmas.
Perfect.
But yeah, we're gonna just talk about some fun Christmas themed or some of our favorite Christmas movies. We'll talk a little bit about what makes a Christmas movie, some of our favorite Christmas songs, Christmas traditions, and hopefully all of you sitting in your cars right now can travel along with us and tell us later on. Send us an email about
riding in your sleigh.
Your sleigh.
Your sleigh.
Chris
More
Kringle.
Christmas joke, Chris.
That's right.
Chris, naughty. All right, so let's get it. And Merry Christmas, you
Christmas.
filthy animals. Okay. Well, I mean, that might as well just start off right there.
We have to. I think we have to. Yes, let's start off with Home Alone.
Yeah, why not?
Dude, why not?
Dude,
man?
Home Alone, a classic Christmas movie.
Classic Christmas
and
movie.
it's like low-key Christmas movie, because there's no, I mean, in my opinion, at least, the movie for me is about, a felony. Is about like
imagery in your mind goes right to the criminality.
Yeah, like a small child has to defend his home, his castle, from invaders. Right. And it's not about Christmas. It could have happened in July.
It's a story about manhood.
Yeah, it's like it still could have happened in July. Could have happened in August. Could have happened in the middle of April.
It's a lighthearted straw dogs.
Yeah, and it's people have to do this all the time. They have to defend their castles from
homes,
invaders.
Man. And it's really a subtle commentary on the Second Amendment.
Oh yeah, because imagine if he just had a pistol, it'd be over, done with. Like that one kid.
Yeah, that's right.
That one kid that he shot the invader. He was home alone. He was like 12 years old, and he grabbed his dad's gun and shot the criminal.
No way! I hadn't heard about that.
It was awesome. And he's just like, yeah. And
I did.
Honestly, the kid might be. He needs a little bit of counseling to make sure he's not a serial killer.
Did they have him on the phone or something, where you hear his voice?
Yeah, the kid. They interview the kid, and you're just like, yikes. He did this a little too easily.
He was waiting for his moment.
He was waiting for.
Listen, it's not about not being aggressive. It's about channeling that aggression.
All right. But the thing about Home Alone, how do you forget? If you're a father or mother, how do you forget?
Well, they do a good job of setting that premise up.
They have a lot of kids.
Yeah, they put them in an out of the way area. There's a lot of conflict in the family, so they put them up there, and then everybody's there for Christmas, so it's a big jumble, it's a big rush. They're late, and so they do a good job of kind of building up that conceit, of they just forgot him,
They just forgot.
Yeah, they think, I think he's over there. I think he's in the other van, and they're rushing and stuff, and so. And then she remembers pretty quickly. In Mom's defense, which, by the way, that I have to look her up, but that actress's name, she did such a good
Catherine O'Hara.
Catherine O'Hara, man, she's so good. You watch that, and then you watch a movie like Beetlejuice.
She's in Beetlejuice too, right?
Oh, she's in Beetlejuice. Yeah, she's in Beetlejuice as well. Yeah. Beetlejuice 2 hasn't come out yet. As of the recording of this podcast.
Well. Oh, fuck off, dude. T-O-O.
Whatever. She's
man.
So great. She plays a great mom. She's got great energy. But yeah, man. And I love it because he's enough of a kid that he thinks he made his family disappear. Yeah. So they got that kid logic. And I love in the second one, he's like,
I'm a man.
Yeah.
Doing the aftershave, and he's just like,
that iconic imagery, man. That's I'm sure that follows Macaulay Culkin to this day.
Macaulay Culkin looks like he's never aged a day.
He just looks like a wrinkly 12-year-old.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. And did you see him on Red Letter Media? He was a guest star on one of
I saw him on American Horror Story, the newest season.
Oh, he's in the newest season?
Yeah,
oh, wow.
He plays a crackhead, and he does a very good job.
I heard he had kind of a rough childhood. The
child
actor curse.
Actor,
his parents maybe stole his money. I don't know.
Not all, because you look at Hilary Duff, and she's just a gem that made it out of the rough.
Did she?
Yeah, she's
no
normal.
problems.
Completely
Okay.
normal.
Oh wow, good for her.
Has a beautiful family.
Hey, great. Oh, good.
Yeah, she's doing great.
She's the outlier.
Yeah, literally.
Man.
Everybody else is Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah.
Macaulay Culkin married Brenda Song, right?
Who's that?
From What's
What's Amy laughing? What are you laughing for?
She's
Amy?
from She plays Paris Tipton, Miss Tipton from Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. She's a Disney star.
I'll have to take your word for it.
Yeah, she's Asian.
Okay,
lady.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right,
Used to
great.
be a Disney
for him.
childhood Disney star.
Good for him.
A super weird couple though. Like,
Oh, really?
So weird couple.
Well, that's like talking about Ted Lasso. You know, it's going to be all over because I just got into it, folks. I'm sorry for these episodes where I'm talking about Ted Lasso all the time. But
see, when I told you I was talking about Ted Lasso, and you're like, why are you keep talking about? Ted
I know,
Lasso?
dude. Now I
It's
know
such a good
why
show.
it's such a good show. Not Christmas themed, but Jason Sudeikis married to Olivia Wilde or something like that.
Is she?
Yeah.
Not sure. Yeah.
I just think that's. I mean, I don't have no idea who they are as people. Maybe they're the perfect couple, but
Yeah, I don't know. Aesthetically, it's weird.
aesthetically, yes, that's right.
It's weird.
So Home Alone, huh?
So Home Alone, yes.
What do you think about Home Alone?
Dude, I mean, it's an iconic Christmas movie, man. What I love about this movie and any movie that's you can see, like, there's certain things that I look for when I watch a movie, like is there a character arc? Is there like like a journey that they go on and stuff, or are the characters like really well defined? Is the conflict really well defined? So and that movie totally is that. Like he has this lesson he has to learn, and I guess that might be something to do with like what makes a good Christmas movie is like is there some kind of like lesson that the character well, in any story really, is there some lesson that the character has to learn about he just doesn't appreciate his family because he thinks he
thinks he's the outlier.
He's the outlier, yeah. But then he realizes like all he really wants for Christmas is his family back. Yeah, and that's and in the midst of all the ridiculousness and the weird wild traps and antics and stuff,
those criminals should have died on numerous
multiple occasions.
Like when the gallon of paint smacking them in the head, that definitely would have leveled some dude. That would have crushed your face.
Oh yeah, any one of these pranks or traps would have killed them or severely injured them.
Yeah,
and that would have been it.
Life-altering injuries.
Yeah, the movie would have been 45 minutes long.
Yeah,
and it would have ended after the first trap.
Yeah, I know.
Even slipping on the ice or something.
Slipping on the
like
ice
that.
and busting your head open. Yeah, that you could die that way.
And they got the blowtorch
thing.
To the head. It's very special forces, actually. Now that we're talking about it, it's a very he's very much a
maybe Macaulay Culkin was special forces.
Yeah, maybe Kevin grew up to be a Green Beret.
Yeah, maybe.
But
anyways, moving on here. Honestly, this was kind of hard not to talk about first, but it needs to get established.
Yes.
Die Hard is
a Christmas
yes,
movie.
it is.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
And why is it a Christmas movie?
Why is it Christmas? Because it's about a man who just wants to go home for the holidays to be with his wife and kids, and Alan Rickman gets in the way.
Yeah.
So really, it's kind of a Harry Potter movie. Actually, I've heard that it's kind of a Harry Potter movie as well, because he spends the entire movie in a tower running from Alan Rickman.
Well, I mean, what is a Christmas movie?
What is a Christmas movie?
What makes a Christmas movie?
What makes a Christmas movie?
It's just like what makes something breakfast? Is it the presence of an egg?
Yeah. Is it the time in which you watch it?
Because you can do breakfast for dinner.
Yeah, exactly. You do Brenner. Maybe Die Hard is the Brenner of Christmas movies.
Maybe. Because what is breakfast to you? I think it includes the presence of an egg.
No, not. Well, okay, you're right. Eggs are pretty iconic for breakfast.
I like, sorry, just saying the presence of an egg. It's like you're just sitting there eating like lunch. It's just a sandwich and chips.
And
then you look over and there's an egg watching you. He's like, I'm here. This is breakfast.
Like, welcome to breakfast, bitch.
It's a giant egg like the old commercials, the Incredible Edible Egg.
I was like, what makes a Christmas movie?
Yeah, what makes a Christmas movie?
Is it just December? Is it just Christmas time?
No, because there are a lot of movies, and I think that's the big con against Die Hard being a Christmas movie. It's like, yeah, it happens to take place at Christmas time, but what makes a Christmas movie, and does it satisfy those things? Like it has all the Christmas tropes, like freaking Shane Black. If you watch his movies, Lethal Weapon, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, Iron Man 3, all Christmas stuff in there, just because he loves Christmas. But are they Christmas movies necessarily? So, like Die Hard, if you wanted to make the case, there's a ton of Christmas music. There is a theme of John McClane reconciling with his wife, and wanting to be home for the holidays, and stuff like that. He does wrap presents. There are wrapped presents. Yeah, because
so
at
this
the
is
very
from
end.
Google itself.
Oh no!
I googled what makes a Christmas movie.
What makes a Christmas movie?
And Google, their motto is to pretty much provide and create a standard for
everything,
for all the world's
the
knowledge.
meta of life.
Yeah.
Yes.
So pretty much, according to them, and according to real-to-real-movies.com, a film must feature one of the traditional Christmas themes, such as love, hope, generosity, faith, redemption, family, or fear. And I think Die Hard.
I think almost all of those are in Die Hard.
All of those are featured in
like
Die
fear, like when he drops the body on the cop. Yeah. It's like,
hope,
welcome to the party, pal. That's
hope,
fear right there.
All the people
hope.
are experiencing fear and hope. Generosity.
Yeah, his wife has faith in him that he's going to save the day.
Yeah, redemption.
Redemption.
I'm sure he messes up at one point.
Well, their marriage is on the ropes. That's the thing. She doesn't even use his last name. She goes by Gennaro, which actually kind of ends up helping her or saves her for a little bit, because in the beginning they're looking for John McClane and they don't see any McClanes on the roster for his wife, because she's not going by his name, because they're kind of estranged, because he's still in New York and she's in LA. That's why he comes out to try to reconcile. Yeah. So reconciliation is there.
Redemption. He wants to redeem himself, redeem his negativity.
Absolutely.
See, so Die Hard is completely a Christmas movie. And it takes place during Christmas time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And isn't the office party a Christmas party?
It's a Christmas party, yeah.
It's a Christmas
party. Yeah.
Plus there's Christmas music all throughout.
There's all throughout,
The ho, 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 I've got a machine gun.
He wraps the machine gun to his back at the very end with wrapping tape. Yeah. With Christmas wrapping.
Also, I could be wrong, but I believe that there's the presence of an egg.
Is there?
No, I don't know. I don't even know what that means.
So does that mean Die Hard is a breakfast movie?
It's also a breakfast movie.
It's a breakfast movie. I mean, come on, go back to the egg thing. What breakfast? Like you can have a steak for breakfast, but you have steak and eggs.
Steak and eggs, yeah.
But the second you just remove the egg, it's just lunch or dinner.
What if you didn't? What if you just had pancakes for dinner?
There's eggs and pancakes.
There's eggs and pancakes.
But what if you just have like fruit for breakfast?
Fruit for breakfast.
Fruit for breakfast.
There's no eggs there.
That's just fruit.
But fruit
that's what
isn't an iconic
You're not saying
Christmas,
I'm eating that breakfast fruit.
Breakfast
You're saying I'm having fruit for breakfast, just like I'm... Presence of an egg.
Cameron, just to be clear, I agree with you. I think breakfast should always feature an egg. Yeah. It's the perfect food. But I think there are some breakfast dishes, like oatmeal.
Oatmeal.
What is it, like grits? Is grits a Christmas Christmas
grits
meal?
Is breakfast.
Is grits
but grits is just hominy.
I'm getting the two.
There's no egg
now.
But usually you have grits with eggs.
Grits with egg. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Because grits is like not a main dish.
So grits is a Christmas meal.
I don't think it's
not
a main
Christmas
dish.
breakfast.
I'm sorry. I just can't. Now I don't know. Now I don't know what is real
Your
anymore.
intro had Christmas so many times that now you feel like you have to include Christmas every single time you're saying something Christmas.
Batman Returns is
Batman Returns is absolutely a Christmas movie. Let's talk about that because I love that movie.
That's a great one. That's the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jim Carrey.
No. That's neither of those two are in the same movie anyway.
Batman and Robin.
Batman and Robin has Mr. Freeze, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Batman Forever with Val Kilmer has Jim Carrey. But they're not. Those two films are not the same.
This one with Penguin and and
Penguin
Catwoman.
And the iconic, the best Catwoman ever. I think we can all agree. Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman is the best Catwoman. Yeah.
Who plays?
Amy says yes as well.
Doesn't Danny DeVito play the
Danny DeVito plays the Penguin, yeah. Yes. It starts off with his parents putting him in a basket and throwing it into the river to get river. Yeah, because he's an evil animal child.
His dad is Paul Rubens.
His dad is Paul Rubens.
Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah.
Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah.
Oswald Copperpot.
Oswald Cobblepot is the Penguin's name.
Yes.
But I forget his father's name. But yeah, he's Oswald Cobblepot.
Good penguin. He plays a great penguin.
The Tim Burton Batman movies were like very like it's like the gothic kind of like almost like dark childhood stories, kind of thing. Twisted tales and stuff. Whereas the Christian Bale kind of tried to ground it in reality and stuff, in real gritty reality. But Batman Returns been totally Christmas.
They mesh well. Yeah, totally Christmas. Because it takes place during Christmas.
Around Christmas time, yep. You definitely have, Catwoman, her journey is very sad. It always brings a tear to my eye when because she's like gets beat down, and she has this really negative response. She becomes Catwoman. And then at the end, I guess she doesn't really have, she has an arc in that she doesn't, she doesn't like kill Batman because she's in love. She's torn between, her relationship with Bruce Wayne and then also being Catwoman. And then she ends up electrocuting herself and, Christopher Walken.
Max Shrek.
But doesn't she have 9 lives?
She does have 9 lives. She said, I'll save one for next year. But until then, how about a kiss, Santa Claus? And she does the the taser right in her mouth and kisses, and then she holds on to the giant power cable and it like explodes and Max Shrek gets killed. But then at the very end, spoilers, she can see her shadow. I thought they were going to do a third one, but I think there were things that happened that prevented that ultimately from happening. But my favorite line of the movie at the very end, after he sees Catwoman, and Bruce Wayne's there, Michael Keaton, he picks up the black cat and he gets back in his limousine with Alfred. And, Alfred says, Merry Christmas, Mr. Wayne. He says, Merry Christmas and goodwill on earth, or goodwill toward men, he says. But then he looks up and he's like, and women, So it's a very equality-based movie as well. Yeah, Batman Returns also. That's another one I've watched multiple times. I got on this kick, I hadn't watched it for a long time. Has this ever happened to you? Old movie, maybe you've seen it, maybe it's doesn't tickle your fancy like it used to, but then you watch it and you're you kind of get obsessed with that, re-obsessed with it. That was Batman Returns for me. I watched that and then I watched it again 2 or 3 more times after that, and I don't know why. I think Catwoman's story actually really touched me. I think I'm in my old age, I'm getting more sentimental. I just feel really bad for her because she talks about she's just been dumped on by all these dudes. She's pushed out a window. She's been shot. She's been dumped.
She got really fucked up.
She gets dropped 3 times in the movie. She gets pushed out the window. She gets pushed off a building by Batman, and then Penguin tries to hang her, and she cuts the line. She drops in. And she's the last one, I think she drops into a greenhouse, and then she screams and it breaks all the glass with it. Her intro is awesome, dude. Remember her intro where she does all the stuff in the department store, the sporting goods store? She gets her whip, and then Batman and Penguin are standing there, and she flips towards them, and she goes meow, and then the whole building just explodes behind her. Oh, so good. What a great intro, man. We'd have to do a show about the best intros.
Best intros?
Yeah.
That's a great. Best character intros? That's a good.
Yeah.
You're on them. Dude, speaking of a movie with an awesome female character, you guys had me watch that Long Kiss Goodnight movie.
Yes, 1996, Gina Davis, action movie, Sam Jackson.
Yeah, Sam Jackson, I had no idea.
Yeah.
And honestly, that you could not remake that movie. The themes in that movie, there's the motif, some hardcore themes.
Yeah?
I was dying because I was it was one of those movies that I was you can't recreate this.
Like what? Tell me, because I've seen it, it's just been a long time.
It's just some of the things they say in today's generation would get super offended.
That would be a lot of things, yeah.
And I was that's because I was watching it, and I even texted you guys. I was this movie is out of control. But just the shit that happens, I mean...
Give us the basic premise for those that may not have seen it.
So, Long Kiss Goodnight is pretty much a mid-American housewife. She's something with amnesia, or she's brainwashed or something, and she gets in a car accident when she's on the way back from a Christmas party, because it's Christmas time.
Yep.
And she starts remembering little snippets of her past life, and it turns out she used to be a government assassin. And so basically, so basically she bumps her head, and she keeps getting flashbacks to her old self, and she starts rediscovering things around her house, and she's wait, that's not my name, but then realizes that was her old name, and it's not just some random book that she found at the thrift store. It's actually a book given to her by her old past things. And she just Sam Jackson, some private investigator, con man that ends up tracking her down, and there's this one government agency that's trying to find her.
They're trying to silence her.
Yeah,
right?
They're trying to silence her because it's funny. She's just this some mid-American housewife just living life, and there's this dude sitting in prison, and he's watching TV, and he's watching the Christmas parade, and she's in one of the floats, and he's no! And he ends up getting out of jail and going to her house and trying to fucking kill her and everything. But it's just the action and is crazy, and it's just a bunch of betrayal and espionage and whatnot. But it takes place during Christmas, so it definitely is a Christmas movie.
I love at the end the one of the iconic scenes is Sam Jackson gets shot 4 times and he's all bloody, but then he's inside a car inside a moving van or something like that, and he gets up and it's the da-na-na-na-na,
Yeah.
And he busts out of there.
Oh,
He's you can't kill me! Yeah.
He sings that song. He's I just sing everything that I'm doing, putting on my shirt.
He's a bit of a socially awkward dork.
Oh, yeah, no, he's a sleazeball that doesn't know how to really talk to people.
He gets a book deal at the end. How does that movie end? I can't. It's been a long time. I just know it ends in a huge.
How does it end, Chris? Because I didn't make it to the ending.
What? You
What?
liar!
I made
you
it about
poser.
3/4. I made it about
So
3/4 through.
Son of a-
she has a daughter. Like she wakes up, her amnesia. She wakes up pregnant, and she was like shot in the head.
Oh,
And so she has the daughter, but it turns out she had the daughter with.
Did you miss your deadline to renew your Medicaid coverage? You can still send your completed annual review form to Healthy Connections Medicaid. You may be assigned to another health plan, but you can ask to come back to First Choice within 60 days of renewed Medicaid eligibility. It's your family. It's your choice. First Choice is the right choice. Renew and choose us. Visit selecthealthofsc.com/renew to learn more.
Wells Fargo presents one of the surest ways to grow your money. A Wells Fargo CD account, where you can earn a 5.00% annual percentage yield on an 11-month term with a minimum opening deposit of $5,000. Visit a Wells Fargo branch or wellsfargo.com/CD rates to open a CD account and start growing your savings with us.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
The guy that had her killed.
oh,
The guy that's in
okay.
jail that comes to kill her, he was supposed to kill her, and she like blinded him in one eye, and that's why he's
yeah,
angry.
he's got like the wonky eye.
Okay.
But so that guy, the big bad guy, takes her daughter from her, and she gets her back. But she has to she says to Samuel Jackson, she's like, I don't care if he has her, I don't care about her. But that's not actually true.
Right.
And so she there's a big shootout at the end, and she gets her daughter back, and then she goes back to her mid-American housewife life
Nice.
after
What does-
killing everybody.
What does the husband do? I forget what happens. Does he just knock him out and put him in a closet somewhere or something?
He's just off somewhere. I don't know.
Like her actual husband?
Yeah,
or-
her middle American
Oh, yeah, no,
house
she
husband.
she leaves the house and she's just like, have fun watching the kids.
Oh, and then she goes and
And then
has
she
her
goes
adventure.
with Samuel
Well, so
Jackson.
she is the one that hired Samuel L. Jackson to find out about her past. And then he comes to her and says, hey, I found all this stuff. So then she starts dredging up all the CIA assassin stuff. And she goes off with Samuel L. Jackson to do that. And the dad's just back at home. And then the daughter just gets kidnapped for a night. Okay. So
he's
know.
pretty.
Yeah.
he probably thought she was asleep
That's a
in her
crazy
bed.
movie. It's a good recommendation. I'm
Yeah.
glad you guys gave it to me.
I'm glad. I got to
Although
go
did not
rewatch
finish
that.
it.
It's all right.
I'll watch it
lack
again.
commitment,
I like
sir.
commitment. Sorry, sir. All right, what's one of your choices here?
Well, you know what? It does have a pop culture connection, but I kind of just want to talk about the event because it's super touching and kind of one of those.
It's a tearjerker.
It's a tearjerker. Yeah, so it's the Christmas miracle of 1914. It was the very beginning of World War I, and maybe you've heard about it. It was kind of when the night before Christmas. Out on the front lines, the British and German soldiers kind of came together for a little bit. You know, I think maybe Christmas Day or something like that. Like each side heard the other, like maybe singing songs, and then on Christmas Day they kind of came up and said, "Hey, let's hang out." And then slowly but surely, they afterwards I did a little bit of research. So the Sainsbury chocolate commercial from 2014. You just do a Google search of Sainsbury Christmas Miracle commercial or whatever. It's so touching, man. They did such a good job. And it's like a chocolate bar commercial.
Really?
But they have it's featured in one of the Doctor Who specials, Twice Upon a Christmas. And then there's actually a 2005 movie called Joyeux Noël. It's Merry Christmas. Where it's about that. And it looks a little Hollywoodized, like they pump it up, to make this huge thing. But I did a little bit of research. It didn't necessarily happen all across the front lines.
Yeah, no, just in specific spots.
Yeah, specific certain spots. It was in the beginning of the war, so people think that it might have been they might be more conducive, the conditions, because people didn't know that this war was going to go on for as long as it did. When at first they thought it was going to be over by Christmas, so maybe at the time, yeah, we're at war, but there was this idea of oh, it's not that bad, but then afterwards, you get the propaganda out there. It goes on, and it becomes more brutal. It's well, F those Germans, F those English,
And they're just we're just dudes fighting a war.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess we're fighting this war. But so yeah, it didn't happen again, and it wasn't as widespread. But the idea that it did happen in the middle of the war, it's that idea. Yeah, it's a precious, beautiful, human kind of idea. And
which is very interesting, man, because in Germany, so in my family, they actually celebrate Christmas on the 6th.
Really?
Of December.
Really?
Yeah. And
Why is that?
There is no actual like Christmas Day.
Well,
It's
you're
just,
right.
like-
It's not like Jesus was born on December 24th.
Yeah, it's
25th.
I'm pretty sure it's on the 6th, at least in my family. And if you're of German descent and you want to explain this a little better than I'm gonna go ahead and send us a message. But typically it would be like there is no like Christmas Day where Santa Claus comes. In Germany, it's like Santa Claus is like this like nature boy. And he'll come on the 6th, and it's called like Klaus Day or something like that.
Nice.
And it's basically the day where Santa Claus comes and just gives you nuts and berries. So my dad used to we used to have 2 Christmases because on the 6th we would get like little knickknacks and shit, and then on the 25th we do the Americanized Christmas Day and stuff. But it's very surprising that the Germans were like, oh, we accept your beliefs. Yeah, they good. Yeah, say good.
But people do it on a different day.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
I think that there was an actual person like a Saint Nicholas that used to give presents. Nikolaus. And so it's all just kind of amalgamated. I don't even know where we get the trees from. Like, this isn't a Christian thing. Like,
no. It's very intertwined.
Yeah, it's a bunch of stuff kind of conglomerated together. Yeah, man, Christmas Miracle, 1914. Common humanity, shared common humanity, that kind of stuff. What else you got, man?
The classics, The Grinch. Like, that's such
The Grinch.
The Grinch is a great one. I love the Jim Carrey remake.
I never saw the Jim Carrey one.
You haven't?
It freaked me out a little bit.
Really? It's so
the
good.
Who's and the Grinch belong in animation world, not the real world.
That's a good one, man. I would watch that. The Grinch is so good, and Jim Carrey does an amazing job.
Yeah?
I think he portrays it so good.
If anybody could, it would be the human cartoon that is Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey. It is good. There's so many memes that came out of the Grinch too. It's like, don't mess with my dog, and like it's like telling people at the Christmas party, don't rile up the dog, and it's just him going, It's such a good one. That one's great. And anybody that just hates Christmas that much, that just wants to ruin it for everybody.
Yep.
Good for you.
Does his heart grow 3 sizes bigger in the live action movie?
It does.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, no, it's a good movie. It's such a good movie. It's one of I watch it every year.
The original Grinch, Who Stole Christmas, the animation,
the
that would be something that I would watch every year because the song is great. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
That's in the everything in the cartoon is in the real life.
That's interesting.
It's a good one. Check it out, dude. It's super awesome.
I'll give it a shot.
It is great. But yeah, what about you? Any last minute ones?
I have seen way more Christmas horror movies than I care to admit, unfortunately, because I have friends that are into them. But like, there's like Black Christmas.
Yeah.
The original Black Christmas. I know they remade it, but like, just like real creepy. There's like women, like sorority girls, and there's a killer in the house somewhere.
Of course.
And then at the end, they get taken away, and you find out the killer is still in the house. He's like a killer. He's like a psycho killer that escaped from a mental institute, and then he happens to put on a Santa outfit.
Oh,
and
yeah, that
he's like
one
naughty, and he like kills. It's like Silent Night, Deadly Night. Silent Night, Deadly Night. That was the one I was trying to think of. But do you have any?
Thinking we're on the topic of Christmas horror movies,
Yep.
and there are so many of it. But switching over to like Christmas movies about the military,
Yeah.
there are none. There are none, unless you're like into Hallmark, which is the worst.
Ever. Yeah, I'm looking at some of them like, no, I'm never going to watch any of these
an
movies.
actual Christmas movie that incorporated the military, like a straight up Christmas movie. There's nothing except for, Hallmark Channel. I was thoroughly disappointed because I'm not going to sit here and watch Hallmark movies about a dude who's in the wrong uniform because they're too cheap to hire a nice military advisor.
If there's one thing that they don't care about in Hallmark movies, it's military accuracy. I'm just guessing. I'm totally guessing because I've never watched a Hallmark movie, nor will I ever watch a Hallmark movie. But no, I think you're right. I don't know. We got the big ones out of the way, Die Hard and stuff like. Let me ask you this. Okay, let's do a couple of trivia.
Yeah.
A couple of things for you. What are some of your favorite Christmas songs? Tell me, top Christmas songs.
Some Christmas songs, man. I am a Ebenezer Scrooge when it comes to singing at Christmas.
You
time.
not? Well, no, to listen to as well. Like,
okay,
Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas," or whatever.
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah.
That one's a classic.
That is a classic. It is now. Yeah.
Do you know she makes like over like do you know how much money she makes in royalties every year?
She better.
Oh yeah, so much. She makes,
I hear that song all the time. Once once November 1st starts rolling around, it starts creeping in all the department stores and stuff.
I don't think, honestly, dude, when I don't have a per se favorite Christmas song in general. Like if I go and I'm like, I'm going to put a song on, like I get the Spotify and everyone's like, here's the aux cord.
Sure.
And I'd just put on Christmas radio shuffle.
Sure.
Because they're all good. But I don't have one like that's like crazy.
I like the classic ones, you know, like the kind of Bing Crosby, White Christmas, that kind of stuff. I haven't seen the movie, but like I would say if I had to choose one era or the other, the classic era I am more a fan of than the kind of the modern era. There's a couple I like. The Mariah Carey one. Was it the Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays by the Backstreet Boys? Backstreet Boys. I like that one. And everything's okay. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. That one. I like that one. But there are fewer and fewer modern Christmas songs. Like the classic ones are just the standard ones.
Well, yeah, the standard ones are just
all
the modern Christmas music. All the modern Christmas music is literally just a remix of the standard classic ones.
Yeah, there aren't too many original modern songs that really capture the spirit. Yeah, but it's a lot of bands covering classics.
Yeah, just covering classics
like that.
Yeah, because Jingle Bell Rock, man. Jingle Bell Rock, that's
Jingle
good.
Bell Rock, yeah, man. Little Drummer Boy, come, they told me.
That one's boring as shit, dude.
Hey, it's touching. It's touching, all right?
I think it's dumb. Man, what's the... Do you have any Christmas family traditions that you do every year?
Family traditions? You know, my unfortunately, this is one of the backdrops or the drawbacks of coming from a broken home. Like my parents got divorced when I was 6 years old. So, I mean, sometimes multiple Christmases.
Take it easy.
So, yeah, I'm bringing the whole show down right now. Sometimes multiple Christmases because families, different families, you know, you kind of have, like in the morning you'll do one or the night before you'll do one, then you'll switch locations and you'll do the next one. Of course, that just meant that they would split whatever presents we did have, so I would get less presents at each location. But I've kind of gotten into a tradition in the past 3-4 years. I think this will be like my third or fourth year doing it. My tradition is going to Colorado to my brother's place.
Interesting.
And hanging out with him and just not doing any work and just eating whatever I wanted. That's a tradition during Christmas. Eat whatever you want. January 1st comes around, we get back into the workout. But when the Christmas time, you know, I have a Christmas party. I had a Christmas party with Amy.
I was here.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you were
I
here.
remember you invited me.
Yeah, I mean, I make hot cider, make the hot spice cider.
That was good.
We had a ton of stuff. We had the hot chocolate, the spice cider.
Did you make that shawarma? Who made that shawarma?
Amy made it.
Yeah. It was good.
Yeah, it was from a food run. Yeah.
Oh, that's really good.
So it's free too.
Yeah.
But not really. Yeah, I'm. The thing with my brother going to my brother's house, it's because I want to build some sort of tradition because I didn't really have a whole lot growing up.
Yeah.
You know? What about you?
I don't think so.
Any
I don't think I have a big...
whether it's growing up or anything like that.
Trying to figure out and be like, well, the December 6th thing was a kind of big tradition that we'd always do every year. But as I've grown older, I found that all these traditions we do as a young child, just they don't tickle my fancy, or it's even hard to incorporate them because I come from a broken home as well. No, but I would always do like Christmas Eve at my mom's and like Christmas Day at my dad's and just flip flop it every year.
Okay.
There's my family's super chill when it comes to holidays. We're not like big, like we need to like take pictures together and we need to like everybody needs to wear a Christmas sweater and you need to be here and we need to go to church on Christmas. My dad likes to do that.
Okay.
But on my mom's side, it's like Christmas Day is literally just an excuse to lay on the couch all day and do fucking nothing. But yeah, I guess that's our tradition is that our Christmas time is literally just like a break. It's like we don't do anything crazy. Like we don't plan any family activities. It's just pretty much just like chill all day.
Yeah. That's cool. That's a tradition. Watch a football game or something like that. What about can you remember what are some of the best and worst Christmas presents you ever received? I remember one year I received no presents because it was 2004. I was living in Michigan with my dad, and my dad, something happened where he had already bought his ticket to go back to Colorado, and I
forgot Home Alone,
and nobody had any money, and I couldn't drive back for some reason, and so I was literally in Grand Rapids, Michigan, by myself for Christmas. Bought the caramel apple from Cracker Barrel, carameled apples, and I made myself French toast and carameled apples, and that was like, and I saw a paycheck. starring Ben Affleck. This is not a good movie. This is a John Woo film.
Jesus.
It's the most non-gun oriented John Woo film ever. And it was called Paycheck. And it was like not a good movie to see on Christmas Day. Yeah. But that was that was probably the worst Christmas I think I've ever had.
I recently got an Oculus.
Yeah, yes, you did. Yeah.
Israel bought
That's
me an
right.
Oculus for Christmas.
Because I'm a good friend.
Because he's a good friend.
Well, you were it. Yeah, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but like when Christmas comes around, I have too many people in my life that I love and care about to get presents for everybody. So what I do is I just don't get anybody any presents. Except for one person. There's always one person that gets a present.
It's like I won the lottery.
Yeah, and you're the one. You're the one that got the present.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. It's okay. I'm taking Israel and Amy to Disneyland for Christmas.
Yeah. It's only right that I should get you something equally as awesome. You know?
It's great. It's awesome. Okay, man. Well, Christmas
time.
The Christmas time's good.
Yeah,
I like it.
Wait, let me just say, like I know we did our I feel it was like an anniversary or our 100th episode or something like that or whatever. But Merry Christmas to all of you. Thank you guys for all your love and support, your emails, things like that. Getting in on the raffle that we're doing, and I just really appreciate it. Like it's been a wild year in many respects. One of the highlights of my year has been really getting this.
Podcast
this
off the ground and running.
Chris, thank you for
Thanks, Chris.
For
Merry Christmas, Chris.
The very idea.
You're welcome. Thank you guys.
Yes, Chris was the one. He's like,
Chris
hey,
is the OG.
you guys gonna do a podcast? I'm like, I guess. Like I've never done a podcast. He's like, let's do it. And then
we'll put it together.
And here we are, 100,000 downloads plus later.
I know, right? Thank you.
Super cool.
Closer to like 150 at this point.
Yeah, we're at.
Woo!
Yeah, we're getting
This is our 35th episode.
Nice.
35.
Only 35, man. You guys.
That's fantastic.
Only?
Well, I mean, like
We've probably done it about 1,000 times longer than any other like a lot of other podcasts.
But that's amazing. That's what I'm saying. It's like it seems, I don't know, in a good way that we've been doing this for a long time. 35 just doesn't seem like a lot of episodes to me, but it is.
It is a lot of episodes,
and I think that's amazing. So hopefully the sky's the limit, man. I hope this is like the main thing. We got so much going on. I hope this is like the one that like is like the banger.
This is fun. It's fun.
It's super
and then
fun.
a big thank you to Amy.
Yeah, thank you to Amy. We're so thankful
YouTube
for
editor,
you.
and we're thankful
our editor
for
who works
Yes.
for peanuts.
Peanuts.
Literally peanuts.
We
I
all
don't
work
pay her
for
money
peanuts.
at all. Yeah.
None of us make anything.
None of we don't make anything. Yeah, we're not making anything.
But
not that we do this for the money, folks.
no, we don't. It's
No,
not
but
that.
for those and like all the coffee, buy me coffee people,
thank
all
you
the
very
people who've
much.
watched on YouTube, all that kind of stuff, like
Yeah.
that all goes back, literally back into
To
the
funding
podcast.
us,
Yeah,
yeah.
to fund it. We buying equipment and being self-sustaining and stuff like that. This nice tree.
This beautiful
Thank you for
tree.
buying this tree. You didn't buy this tree. I've had this tree for years. But
He's had the truth.
I literally, I fold this up, I stuff it in my closet over there until the next Christmas.
Yeah, I don't know. I bought a fake tree too, and I have no idea what the fuck I'm gonna do with it.
You just got to find
Like,
a countertop.
I
I
gotta
like it
find-
because I could put it on my countertop in my kitchen. It doesn't take
Year-round.
up a lot of room. Yeah, I literally just leave it there and just keep the lights off until November 1st.
Yep, or December. But you know what? One thing I think we're gonna start doing here is
Yes.
we get a lot of those questions from y'all.
Fan
a lot of you are
questions.
very curious
Yep.
and have a lot of good insight and a lot of good comments. So I think we're gonna start answering some questions that we receive every episode now.
I got one question here. We'll do the question and then we'll do our game. Don't worry, the game has not been forgotten.
Game's going nowhere.
Game ain't going nowhere. We love those games, but we have a fan question, and so we'll try to incorporate at least one of these into our shows, each show going forward. All right, this question comes from Isaiah, actually, also known as Nildris from my Twitch community. So hi, Nildris. What starship would you enlist in the Space Force to serve on as a commander of? What? I'm thinking like any starship, like any ship from any fictionalized universe where there's a starship. So like
You don't know. You know I don't fucking know this.
no, well here's the well,
I'm kidding.
you know something. You know anything. I'm thinking if we had like a Space Force and it was a legit Space Force where it's like we're in space and ships, pick from among any of the sci-fi movies or shows that you've seen, what do you think you would want to serve as a commander of? Like, I'm going to go right away. I've been playing a lot of Mass Effect lately, so I have to go with the ship from the oh gosh, now I'm not even now. I'm totally playing
this so
this
much.
game. It's called the Normandy. Gee whiz, man. I'm sorry,
Gee
folks. I'm
willikers.
sorry. I literally, as I was saying that, getting ready to answer, the answer left me. So Normandy. It's the main ship from the Mass Effect games, and it's shepherdship, and my shepherd in my game is obviously the best shepherd that has ever existed, Jellybean, ever. So just so everybody knows that. But yeah, the Normandy. It's awesome. It's awesome ship. You get your crew together. You gather your crew from across the universe, all your friends, and you just go and you just kill Reapers. It's awesome, man. And collectors.
Reapers?
Reapers.
Just kill Reapers?
They do rape humanity of itself. So it is a violation of their humanity. So
okay. So for this question is just any spaceship.
Any spaceship.
I want to command a garrison of Mandalorians.
Well, what ship would you be on? Would you be on Slave One? Would you be on the Mandalorian ship?
That one. Slave One.
You kind of change it a little bit, but we can't fit a garrison of Mandalorians on there because Slave One's really small. Slave One's a really small ship.
What's a bigger ship?
Why don't you just what do you commandeer?
Razor Crest.
I'll take a Razor
The Mandalorian ship.
Razor Crest. There you go.
All right, I will command
a ship.
Battalion of Mandalorians from a Razor Crest.
There you go.
Ship.
That is the answer to your question, Isaiah.
That is the answer.
We appreciate it.
That'll be cool.
Very much.
I like that. I'm happy with that answer.
Now, that being said, it's time to transition to our game. Game time, baby.
Christmas game time.
I'm going to take this one.
You're taking this one?
Wait, no, you're going to take this one.
Oh,
okay.
I'm taking this
I'm not going to look at it.
I have the game.
All right, I saw that I could access
Want to play a game?
Time to play the game.
All right, you ready, Triple H?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, so this game is called I'm Dreaming of a Red Christmas. Because this game is all about body counts.
Okay, all right.
Body counts, baby. Dead bodies. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let
the bodies hit the tinsel decorated
Yes, and
floor.
I'm going to give you a Christmas movie, a number, and you tell me if it's more or less than that number.
I'm going to tell you if the body count's higher or lower than the number you gave me. Okay, cool.
Yes, sir.
Gotcha.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay, we'll just see how ready you are.
Wait.
With our first one.
I'm not ready. Okay, now I'm ready.
Okay, now you're ready? All right, so Die Hard, since it is a Christmas movie.
Oh, man, I should know this.
And the number is 20. Is the body count higher or lower?
And we're talking total deaths, not just who John McClane killed.
Total
So like the FBI agents that get incinerated in the helicopter, the people in the ATV.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, man. Who was that?
So
I'm going to say that
more
it's...
or less than 20.
Here's the thing. I think it's probably lower because the deaths are pretty awesome and spectacular, but I don't think that there are that many. Like, I think it could be close, but I think it's probably lower, like maybe 15 or something like that. So I'm going to say lower.
All right. Well, you are completely wrong. So it is higher than 20, and Die Hard has a total of 23 deaths.
Oh, so I wasn't that far off, just in the wrong direction.
Wrong direction.
Okay,
there.
I get you.
Okay, but not bad.
I should probably just say higher for every single one of these.
I don't know. Bold strategy. Okay, next movie, which is, we mentioned this movie, Black Christmas.
Oh, Black Christmas. The original or... Because I know they did a remake.
The original.
Okay, cool.
Yes. So, and the
70,
number for this one is 10. Higher or lower than 10?
Dang it.
Black Christmas.
I don't remember there being a lot of deaths in this one. It was like more of a thriller kind of mystery kind of thing. I'm going to say lower. I'm going to say lower because I think it was like 4 or 5 or something like that.
Correct.
Hey.
All right. There was only 7 deaths in Black Christmas. So you got that one right.
All right.
All right. So you're 1 for 2 right now.
It's funny because I don't get the one that I'm a fan of and I get the one that I'm not a fan of.
Yeah, right. Okay. So moving on. And this one, surprisingly, is a Christmas movie, but it has to fall under the horror category if you're into that type of stuff.
Right.
Gremlins.
Oh, Gremlins. Man, we didn't talk about Gremlins.
We didn't talk about Gremlins. But yeah, it definitely does take place during Christmas time. It is a Christmas present.
It is. Right? That's a heavy Christmas movie.
That's heavy Christmas.
Christmas is all over that.
Yeah. I can't believe we didn't talk about that.
It's a dark...
Gremlins, 100% Christmas movie.
Yeah,
100%.
Well, we're talking about it now, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're talking about it. Okay, so Gremlins, and the number for Gremlins is 50.
50?
50.
It's got to be way lower. Because I know they don't actually kill a lot of people. They mess with a lot of people, right? And mess a lot of things up. But I know the old lady in like the electric chair, like the electric moving chair on the stairs. They mess with the wiring and it blasts her out the front window, the second story window. I'm going to say lower. I'm going to say, well, no, okay, wait a minute. we're including gremlin deaths. Are we
Well, this
including
is
gremlin deaths?
I will read you the description again. This game is all about body counts.
Okay, body count. Okay, I'm gonna say higher because when they blow up that movie theater, man, there's a lot of gremlin deaths. So I'm gonna say higher.
Nice save.
Yes.
You were going down a rabbit hole because yes, gremlin bodies count as bodies.
A lot of gremlin bodies hit that proverbial Christmas
Exactly.
floor.
So it is higher because they had 256
There's a
gremlin
count for
deaths.
that? Oh
Yes,
my gosh.
there is a count. There's a count for everything.
I wonder if there's more in the sequel. I like the sequel too.
Okay.
A little bit goofier, but
I do like because there's a lot of different types of gremlins. There's like the spider one, the electricity one.
Yeah.
I like it one. Okay, so next one we have Batman Returns.
Okay.
And the number is 35.
35? Oh, brother. I almost believe it because why am I thinking of Christopher Walken's son in that? Go, Dad, save yourself. He does a good Christopher Walken is my dad impression. The actor that plays it. Christopher Walken's son. Anyway, okay, the clown, exploding clown guy. There's Penguin. There's the
Exploding clown guy.
Are you going to literally go through every single one?
I'm just trying to get a rough number in my head. There's the model lady that falls off the cliff or off the building.
Yeah, there's a lot of freaks, the freak shows that die.
Freak show guys that die, yeah. Now, do they get injured or do they get killed? Because he injures
Batman.
some and he kills some. He lights that one dude on fire. I'm going to say, what's the number you gave me? 35? 35?
Is it higher or lower?
I'm going to say higher because if we're counting penguin deaths, there's a lot of penguin deaths at the end because they fire the missiles and everything gets destroyed and stuff like that. I'm assuming that there's some penguin deaths in there. So let's say higher.
Okay. Well, that is incorrect.
Ah!
It is lower with only 18 deaths in the movie.
I wonder if they follow their own rules because I think there's a lot of penguins die in that movie.
You think a lot of penguins?
Yeah, a lot of or is Benedict
We're not
Cumberbatch?
counting the penguins.
We're not counting them.
No. Gremlins have personality. They can talk. They're
You're right.
sentient.
Penguins have personality.
Nobody cares about penguins.
We're not counting the penguins.
They have personality, though.
Benedict
I won't let
Cumberbatch
you-
would say penguins.
I won't let you dehumanize
penguins, man.
Penguins aren't humans. They're penguins.
Yeah.
I won't let you de-penguinize these
Depenguinize
penguins.
these dudes. There was an entire series called Meerkat Manor. And
Those
they
are
all
meerkats, not penguins.
Yeah, but they had personality, Chris.
Penguins are people too, okay?
Yeah, penguins are people. But
okay.
unfortunately, there is not a confirmed count of how many penguins died in that house fire.
All right.
Okay. But
Penguin lives
anyways, moving
matter.
on. Penguin lives do matter. So It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh. I just saw that for the first time last year.
Really?
Yeah, I
Okay.
can't believe it's been so long. It's a good movie. It's
Well,
a
the
good
number for It's a Wonderful Life for body counts is 1. Is it higher or lower?
Oh man. I'm gonna say higher because doesn't somebody one of the owners die or something of the bank or something like that. I'm gonna say higher because he does technically kill himself, but then he comes back or he wants to kill himself, and then he comes. So he doesn't actually kill himself. He just sees what life would be like if he was dead. I'm gonna say higher.
That is correct. It is higher. 2 people die in the
okay.
movie. So George's father
Okay.
and the kamikaze pilot that George's brother shoots down.
Oh, you're right. You're right. He comes back from the war.
Chris
That's
is
right.
so proud of that one.
Well,
I
I
looked
just-
over and your face is just gleaming.
Because the article I was reading that was telling body counts in holiday movies, it said if you really want to get technical in It's a Wonderful Life, you got to count the theoretical universe where George Bailey never existed.
Oh.
So if he never existed, he didn't save his brother from drowning. So his brother never shot down the kamikaze pilot. So the kamikaze pilot plowed into the ship and blew it up. And he's just guessing that ship probably had 6,000 people on it. So they said It's a Wonderful Life had 6,000 people. And I was like, I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing that.
That's insane. But
That's complete
still,
insanity.
So that's why I was smiling.
That's awesome. What a great
That's awesome.
pathway of logic. I love
That's
that.
sweet. Well, good, man. You did good. You got most of these, I think.
Okay, all right.
I think you only missed, 2 or 3?
I can't believe I didn't get Die Hard.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's all right. I still
There's
love
always
Die
next
Hard.
year.
There's always next year.
Yeah, there's no short.
I'll be watching Die Hard a lot from now on.
I know. I still haven't. I still haven't watched it this month. I'm surprised. I tried watching it last time.
Yeah, I gotta watch.
Like,
Maybe I
I
can
don't want to
watch
watch Die Hard.
Maybe we can watch it tonight before we take off for Arizona with her.
Yeah.
Anyway, Well,
That's all
it.
the time we have, folks.
Merry Christmas to everybody.
Christmas to all of you out there listening from your cars. We hope that you are either driving safe with chains if you're in snow, because it might be a white Christmas here.
Yep.
It's the weather's unpredictable. But thank you again for listening, and we hope that you guys all have a wonderful Christmas and a fast approaching new year.
Boy, it's coming, baby.
It's always coming. Set those goals, crush them, make your dreams a reality.
We'll be there to cheer you on, folks. We got a lot of fun stuff coming up for the podcast too. So
yeah, we do. Next year is going to be fucking awesome.
Yeah, a lot of cool stuff. New podcast episode every Wednesday. You know this. The YouTube episodes are coming fast and furious as well. Go check out the YouTube. Always extra content with the YouTube stuff. If you want to follow us, go to PCFM Podcast on IG. Check out our Twitter, and I'll also love to hear from you through email. The electronic mails, PCFMpodcast@gmail.com. We have a new channel, or we have a channel up, Shift Fire. Me and Cameron exploring and appreciating military lifestyle. And you can hang out with me on twitch.tv/myhappyself.
Yeah, and if you want to hang out with me, you can find me on Instagram at CameronCFath, or on my streetwear page, KitGod. And on Instagram, that's KitGod Apparel, and our website, www.kitgodapparel.com. Thank you guys for listening. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And cue music.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You really are a heel. You're as cuddly as a cactus. You're as charming as an eel, Mr. Grinch.